there. Hey. Oh, no, I'm not hiding from anyone. I just, yeah, Principal Smith. Have you seen him? He hasn't come by here. No, okay. Well, I have set up a little temporary booth here. Yes, welcome to Awards Day. Do you have a little that goes to school here? You do? Oh, I'm so sorry to hear that. Mm. No, do I have children who go to school here? Oh, no, no, I wouldn't. No, I would never send my children to an institution for education. That would be terrible. No offense. I'm sure you're doing your best. But I do feel, as a member of the community, I do feel that it is my responsibility to come to this place of education and, kind of spread the word about how terrible you guys are to your children. Again, I don't mean any offense. I'm trying to lead with kindness. I found that if I lead with kindness, it develops a better understanding with people who are just, well, not to put too fine a point on it, but people who are just less smart. People just who don't understand things as thoroughly as I do. I don't mean you specifically. Well, I do, but I don't want you to walk away. Don't walk away. Stay, stay, stay. Let me tell you about myself. My name is Harvest. Yes, I have. I do live here. Yes, that was me in the paper. That was an unfortunate misunderstanding. And my attorney says I'm not to talk about it until the trial. But I will say that it was just a big misunderstanding. That produce clerk just overreacted. All I did was I was just trying to dispose of the pesticide-ridden, disgusting things that they call vegetables in Food Lion. I certainly wasn't trying to cause a scene. I wasn't trying to do anything. And that's really all I'm at liberty to say. Hopefully the judge will be a little bit more understanding and maybe a little smarter than the clerk was in the store. I'm just trying to prevent people from eating disgusting things. I mean, if you're going to eat vegetables, you need to eat real vegetables, not the stuff you buy in stores. I mean, for heaven's sake, I'm sure you understand. Of course, the vegetables that you grow are far. You don't grow your own vegetables. Oh my God. This place. I feel like I'm in another world every time I step out my front door. It's a coping mechanism and it's very effective. Of course, as you know, I'm sure you do, I craft my own belongings. I don't believe in purchasing anything from these stores where people shop, and all they sell is just chemical laden sadness. I grow my own sunflowers, as you can see. Aren't they beautiful? So I have set up a little booth here at Awards Day at Camden Elementary School, and I have a few items for sale if you'd like to check them out. My littles helped me with a lot of this. My littles. That's the young people who choose to share their space with me. I don't really care to refer to them as my children because, well, that's sort of that implies an ownership relationship, kind of, to me. I mean, that's what it sounds like to me. It's like I own you and I can tell you what to do, which is so against the organic, natural philosophy of parenting that I adhere to so strongly. And it's served them well. Oh, there are two. There is Haven. She is 88 months old. She is so incredibly smart. My goodness. She's She's working on translating works of literature into Portuguese this week. I think she's moving on to Mandarin next week. I'm not sure exactly. I'll have to check with her to find out what her schedule is. But she works in a lot of extra curricular activities in her unschooling hours. They are unschooled. I do not believe in traditional education. I believe in 100% child-led unschooling. It's worked incredibly well. Isn't it hypnotic? It's just absolutely beautiful. And then there is my other little Ngi. No, Ngi at the back of the throat. Ngi. That's okay. I have classes if you're interested. If you ever want to learn to pronounce it correctly, which I highly recommend. It's incredibly rude to pronounce people's names incorrectly, especially if there's a class that would allow you to correct that. Ngi? No, don't try anymore. You're going to sprain something or hurt yourself. Yeah. He does. He's actually at the house right now repairing my loom. My loom. I have, of course, you know what a loom is. Don't you have a loom? You don't have a loom? You don't even have one loom? I have 3 looms. Well, some people, I think some people are just more driven. This wipes away the toxins of this building. There's so much government education going on in here, and I am double layered today in my own creations. These are actually for sale if you're interested, along with my beautiful sunflowers. I have picked some sunflowers just for today to bring in for sale. You can get them for 50 cents a bunch like this. They are much smaller than what you may be used to, but that's because there are no GMOs. There's nothing artificial about these sunflowers. These are 100% real. Yeah, well, GMOs are like cheating anyway. It's like the open book test of vegetables. These are real. These are made of actual sunflower seeds, just the way nature intended. There's no frog DNA in here or pesticides. Yeah, this is not going to kill you like the normal stuff is going to kill you, and it will. You will die one day from the food that you eat. I know you're doing your best, though. Would you be interested in a flower? No, you can't have this one. This is my support flower. It's almost like my guard dog. Well, unfortunately, a band of roving teenagers broke into my shed and stole all my soap. So I don't have any soap. Normally, I have soap that I can inhale their cleansing vapors when the world is just too much for me, which happens frequently. But we have to go on. We have to keep going. Let me show you the other items I have for sale. You what? Oh, you have to get into the award ceremony? Well, it's not like you're going to miss anything. I mean, what could your little possibly be getting in there? Perfect attendance? Oh, they get an award for showing up every day this semester. Wow, that is a remarkable accomplishment. How old is your little? Oh, that's sweet. Now, I'm not one to compare children because they're all special, except for the ones that parents are too lazy to raise properly. They're all special. I have to say, it just reminds me of my Haven. I remember when she was that age. Oh my goodness, she was mastering Latin. Yeah, and she tight-roped across the Golden Gate Bridge. But I'm sure your little does things like that all the time. No? Well, what has she accomplished then, other than just showing up every day? Surely there's something. Latin? It's not a difficult language. Surely she's managed that by now. I mean, Haven had it mastered long before she was your little's age. No Latin at all? You don't even know Latin? You know, now that I think about it, I actually don't think I want to sell you anything anyway, because I think if I were to take your money, it would transfer some negative, unproductive energy to me, and I really don't need that in my life. So go ahead, go to your awards ceremony. That's fine. I see that there are more people coming in, so go find a seat and applaud your child's mediocrity. Yay! Alrighty, bye. Hello, hello, hi, stop. Yes, yes. Oh, I know. It's right through those doors there. Yes, the awards ceremony. Of course, you're here for that. You're very spiffy today, if I must say. It seems to me that a lot of the parents are coming in dressed very sloppily, like they just got out of bed, which is sad because it's almost noon. And they come in looking like they're practically wearing pajamas, which is really unfortunate that no one can bother to dress up anymore for any occasion. You look very nice. I love that outfit. Did you make that yourself? I don't think it's a ridiculous question. I mean, certainly. Now, I will say that I was probably, and I am a little embarrassed to admit it, but I was probably 12 before I could loom a three-piece suit like that. But I'm sure you bought that. I don't think I would go around admitting freely that you bought your clothes, but I mean, I guess it's nice, but now that I look at it again, I think it would have an extra bit of flair if you had made it yourself. Just put in a little bit of effort. I mean, you do look nice, but it would be even better if you could say that that was the product of your own loom and not some stranger 5,000 miles away in a sweatshop somewhere. Oh, I'm sorry. My name is Harvest. Yeah, don't actually touch me. It's just a gesture. Don't touch me, okay? All right. I don't have my cleansing wipes here. I make them myself. I don't buy them. Of course not. I don't buy things. It's a gesture. So I understand that you're here to see your little, right? Oh, well, lovely. You took some time off work to be here today, I gather. So how does it feel? And I often want to ask people this. I was actually assaulted recently for this, and I never got an answer, and I'm really upset that I was shoved in the street and still didn't get a response. So I'll try again because I am forever the optimist. How does it feel to periodically get to neglect your children and society just condones it? I don't think it would be possible for me to do that with these flowers, and I think that was very rude. That's physically impossible. I think it's an honest question. How does it feel to live in a society where you can neglect your children, to go off to work at a job and not be with your littles? And society is just okay with it, like la-di-da. Yeah, it's okay. So, all a roof over their head, food and clothing. Yeah, I don't know. I just sometimes wonder how people can live with themselves when they make excuses, if I can say that. If they would listen, how does it, I guess you sleep okay at night, but I'm not in charge of that. But, okay, well, if food and clothing is your reason for a job, then I guess maybe you might be interested in purchasing some things since money matters more to you than your littles. I have some items here, and we do have some gift-giving occasions coming up. Maybe you'd like to see what I have for sale. Let me show you. Now, these are very special to me. I created these on the loom, obviously. A lot of this work was done by hand. Look at that. That is, it's actually not. These are spun fibers that I found in the forest. This is cotton that I grew myself. We have some pine needles in here, crushed and spun pine cones in here. I create the dye myself using different clays and mainly clay, honestly, and vegetables. I use different kinds of vegetable derivatives to make the dyes. They're beautiful. Now this is one, and I do keep this on because you come into these buildings and to me it just feels like the mediocrity and the apathy just rains down on me in these buildings. I really don't like coming in here, but I almost feel like it's my calling. Even though if you do see Mr. Smith, please let me know. Like, make an owl call or something from in there if you see him heading this way, because I'm kind of sort of banned from the school grounds. So I had to set up quickly. I have my little table. I had to do a very quick pop-up here. This is my pop-up store, as I've heard people use that term. Of course, I invented it long before people who think they are cool invented it. I am much more innovative than your average person, but that's because I live better, I eat better. I have clearer thoughts. I don't consume resources outside of my own perimeter. I just, what you bring into yourself and what you put out of yourself is very strongly related. That's why you just see so much garbage from people. Like, people live these garbage lives. They talk garbage, they spew garbage, they produce garbage. They are just all about garbage because that's what they're taking in, and it's just a vicious cycle. And it's very sad to me that we are turning this world into garbage. I mean, look at the people coming in here today. So many people have children at this so-called school, when if they would just take a little bit of time, they could unschool their littles just like I do, because we all have the same set of circumstances, and it's just as easy for everyone to do what I do, but not everyone is as enlightened, I suppose. And I do what I can to try to enlighten people and stay out of jail. I am assaulted frequently. It's very unfortunate. Would you be interested in this? Now, I have had some people say it looks like a Christmas tree skirt. It clearly is not. See, because I have created buttons. See the buttons? Christmas tree skirts don't have buttons. So we have this one. It's beautiful, isn't it? It's very heavy because it's made of good quality fibers from the woods. And part of it I fashioned on my loom. Part of it I just did by hand because I'm extremely talented. Ngi showed me how to do this. Ngi. That is, the back of the throat. Ngi. I teach classes. You should come by sometime. You could take one of my cards there. No, it's made of compressed breast milk that's been dried. I use a similar process to what the Egyptians made papyrus from. But, oh no, it's okay to touch it. It's just like paper. You're not interested in this one? Well, okay. Now, I do have this one. This one is a little more dramatic. Look at that. I dyed that with plum juice and beet juice. Isn't it beautiful? And we have India ink that dyes the black part here. And we have a beautiful floral pattern, you see. The beauty of the poncho is that when I come across someone and I don't want them touching me, I can just draw my hands inside, and it's like my arms disappear, and I am no longer obligated to touch anyone or be touched by anyone. They can just shake part of my poncho, and we'll just leave it at that. It comes in handy when undesirable people are about. Yes, I have had to draw my arms in. I almost feel like a turtle when I come to these government education centers. Um, I know they're getting started soon. I know that. You'll be all right. Yes. Oh, you have to go back to work after the ceremony? Oh, well, I bet it's very hard for your little to see you walk out and just walk away twice in one day. No, no, let's not worry about them. Let's just worry about the almighty dollar, because that's all that matters. I want you to take a look at this. This is a beautiful garment, is it not? This is made 100% from, no, touch it. My hand's under it. You're not actually going to touch me. It is made 100% of spun broom straw that I grow on my property. Some of it I collect from the roadside, but only in pesticide-free areas where I know no pesticide has been used. See? And this fringe here, look at that. Isn't that beautiful? That is also broom straw that's been specially treated. I use flaxseed oil for that. I grow my own flax, which I'm sure you're the same. Okay, maybe you're not. I don't need my flour. That was a minor offense, I guess. Not everyone has time for flaxseed. It is a bit labor intensive, but let me show you some of the other things I have here. This is a very special item to me. This one was years in the making. See? This is bark. This is actually dried bark from a poplar tree. Isn't that beautiful? And you see how I've put some holes in it, and then I lace the string through it, and as it dries it kind of curls like that along these edges here. Now, I grew these poplar trees myself, and of course that's why I say it's years in the making. Although the poplar tree does grow fairly quickly, all you have to do is skin the bark and then cut it here, here, and it's just folded over on itself, as you can see. Wouldn't that make a delightful purse? I think it would make a beautiful purse, don't you? Yeah. You could put your child's ridiculous little achievement paper in here. I think that would be nice. Yeah. So what is your little here to get? A honor roll. Well, that would be impressive, I suppose, if it were something other than government school. I mean, you do know that it's not really all that difficult to get A honor roll anymore. I mean, your average dummy can get that. Yeah, it's really not impressive. I mean, I'm sure that you, if you can remember your little's name, I'm sure you think your little is just wonderful. But I can tell you now that my Haven and my Yi are truly, truly special. I mean, I don't know what I did to end up with children that were so incredibly, incredibly talented and intelligent. You know, I'm sure it's just luck that my children are so much better than everyone else's. Yeah, I don't like to refer to them as my children, but something about coming in this government building just corrupts my brain, and then I start talking like everyone else, which is one reason why I try to limit my exposure to these places. Well, that and the restraining order. You know, I'm really taking a chance being here. But don't you think this would be beautiful? You could buy it today. No, this string is actually made from my hair. It's very tightly wound, as you can see. Kind of like you appear to be. Very tightly wound. I'm just making a joke. No? Okay. You're missing out on some good items here. How about this? I spun this on the loom this morning. Look at that. Oh, I know it looks like glass. Bless your heart. I know it does. But if you really know how to operate your loom, you can take anything and turn it into beautiful items. If you know how to do anything on your own instead of just purchasing it in a store, you would know that. But it's almost like working with people who just, I don't know, it's like they're non-starters or something. It's very sad, really, to have to deal with people who are so unenlightened every day. I don't like having to share this space with people. It's very unfortunate. But look at this. Isn't it gorgeous? And I wove in some little designs here. I wove this beautiful silver base. It's very nice, isn't it? It does kind of look like that. Yeah, it looks like a crystal ball, doesn't it? Ooh, let's look in here and see your little's future with their A honor roll certificates. I see them working in the service industry. Ooh, yes, I see that. Service industry, middle management. Not likely. No. I see no achievements. I see nothing great for your child. I see mediocrity and disappointment. Sorry to tell you that, but that's what I see. There's still time. I mean, you could try to pull them out of the tar pit you've thrown them into. You could take them out of here and unschool them like a real caring parent would do. Of course, that's entirely your decision to make. Unfortunately, no one else can make it for you and make the right choice. They'll let just anyone have children, I suppose. How about some jewelry? Would you be interested in any jewelry today? I am branching out. I have never been one to really make a lot of jewelry. I started with this. Isn't it beautiful? These are rocks that I found in the river. Aren't they beautiful? Oh no, I would never purchase a rock tumbler. That's like cheating. No, I did this myself. In my free time, I sit around and roll them between my hands like this until they're smooth. Because if you're not doing it yourself, it just doesn't count. Yeah. It's cheating. Anything that's easy to accomplish has to be cheating. We all know that. And see, it's adjustable. So if you have a big fat neck from eating too much McDonald's, you can spread it out like this. And see, it looks like a big smile, like you're wolfing down a disgusting Big Mac. And if you don't like that style, I have this one. Look at this. This one is made of little green crystals. No, I cannot take credit for this particular necklace. This is all Haven. Haven, when she was only 42 months old, designed her own mine. She has a mine. I know that there are children at that age who just run around saying, mine, 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 because they're so materialistic and they only care about things because that's the way they've been raised by their delusional parents. My Haven actually drew up the plans and designed a mine. Yes, on our own property we have a mine, and she hired some underachieving young people to go down into the mines, and they brought up these beautiful jewels. Yes, and she has learned to cut them herself, and she made this beautiful, beautiful necklace. Isn't it gorgeous? All made by hand, as all good things are. If it isn't made by hand, you don't need to be touching it anyway. So again, you see it's flexible on wire for fat necks. Yeah, it goes on like that. And it hugs the neck like that. It's like oppression, only cute. Would you be interested in this? You could even wear it as a crown and pretend you're special, although you're not. No? Okay. You're very picky, I must say. How about this? Look at that. Now, I made this. It's not gold, no. This is actually completely gluten-free. It is organic. It is vegetarian and vegan friendly. This is a bracelet, of course. You see? Beautiful. Just gorgeous. And you can wear it and feel the weight of it. And it's going to be like your guilt when your little gets older and you realize you've ruined their life. But, well, you will, I mean, eventually you're going to realize it anyway. But at least if you had a lovely bracelet like this, you'd have something pretty to look at while you sit alone and cry as a useless older adult. No? Okay. Very well. How about this one? Now, Yi is responsible for this. This is a charm bracelet. As you see, it has little charms. And it has little things like a crown, a police call box, a trolley, all kinds of things. And it looks like stuff you might find in Great Britain, which is another part of the world. I know a lot of you people in here aren't aware that there are other areas besides the United States. Maybe if you opened a book every now and then, you would learn a thing or two. But unfortunately, most people who send their children to government schools just can't be bothered. You know, they either come in pajamas because they look like they just rolled out of bed, or they come in like you, dressed nice, but you're going back to work, so you don't really care about your little anyway. I guess this is basically like free babysitting for you. But Yi made this himself on the loom about a month ago, actually. Yes, I've been wearing it myself, but it keeps getting caught in the loom when I try to work. Very counterproductive. I love it. I didn't say you don't know anything about other countries, but you do kind of have a dull look about you. I mean, you do kind of look a little blank. Your face is like a lump of dough. No offense. Gluten-free, of course, but it does look kind of like a lump of some sort of dough. You know, your eyes are kind of dull. I know they're getting ready to start. Let me show you my other items quickly. Don't go yet. You might find something. You might find a little gem that you can use. Now, this item is a little different. It might not seem like the kind of thing you would see me with, but bear with me. I am not responsible for this. No, I did not. I would never harm one of nature's creatures, of course. I harm nothing by my existence. The very fact that I'm here actually probably causes a negative carbon footprint because I am so incredibly awesome. And my littles too, of course. And then there's Fisher, my spouse, who has returned to South America. Those Argentinian water fleas are constantly in jeopardy. I don't know. He said he needed extra money for his expedition this time. And he came back with a weird tattoo. I don't really understand what he does down there, but he says that it's incredibly complicated, and it must be, because he always comes back really whacked out of his mind. Yeah. So I hope he's doing okay down there. I worry about those water fleas a lot. But I am not responsible for this. No. This unfortunate little owl was hit by a careless, thoughtless, heartless truck driver who came by my home late at night, and he smacked the owl and it was knocked into my yard. I tried to save it. Unfortunately, I could not. So I have preserved his body and his feathers. And now we have this lovely, it's like a statue, and it is a reminder that we need to be vigilant and we need to take care of the earth. We need to take care of the people that we love. Like your little in there, if you really love that little person. maybe spend some more time with her. Maybe get her out of here. I think the owl maybe looks a little judgmental to you. It's like a Rorschach test. Maybe you think the owl looks judgmental because you need somebody judgmental to look at you this way. You thought about that? Have you thought about it? No. So maybe you should go in there and get that little person and take them home and educate them the right way. Yeah. Would you be interested in an owl statue to remind you that you're a terrible parent and you need to do better? Then his death wouldn't be in vain. No? Fine. I'll keep him with me. See, to me, he doesn't look judgmental at all. He looks very self-righteous. Of course, that may be because, well, maybe it's because he doesn't see a need to judge me like he does you. I don't know. I'll just keep him for myself. And I imagine him high-fiving me with his little wing. Hey! Look at this. Now, I know you're going to love this. I worked very hard on this. Thank you. Look at this beautiful bag. I know, it's a gorgeous butterfly. And it's a reminder of hope and renewal. That we can start out a disgusting caterpillar, that we go into a chrysalis, we come out like this. See, you could walk in there a disgusting caterpillar, make the right choices for your little, and eventually blossom into this. On this woven bag. I made this myself, of course. Yes, it's made of hemp. It is. No, I would never grow marijuana. Hemp is not the same as the stuff that disgusting people smoke. This is very different. And I wove it all myself in my spare time. It only took me 32 hours. So it's a snap. Everyone can do it. No? No bag for you? Okay. Let me show you one more thing. This was one of Haven's introductory projects with the loom. It's a shirt. Look at this. She wove this herself. Live gently upon this earth. And of course, it has a beautiful bird on it. And it is a reminder that we need to take care of this earth. And we need to nourish this earth. It's very soft because it's made of only the best products. It's made of moss and breast milk. Yeah, it even smells nice. Well, moss has a natural, lovely, perfumey smell about it if you grow it properly. I grow moss very well. Do you grow moss? So you can use moss as a sponge. You can use it as a scrubber. There's no need to buy that plastic garbage. You don't use moss in your home for different products? Well, I used it as diapers, paper towels, scrubbers. It's so versatile. You really need to look into moss cultivation, and then you can live more gently upon this earth. Well, unfortunately, I believe you are a lost cause, just like every other parent here. I guess you're just going to follow the stream of lemmings into the gym there for awards day. Okay, well, don't let me stop you. Heaven forbid I should stop you from applauding your little's so-called achievement. Maybe she can do better than, maybe she can do better next time. I mean, A honor roll is okay, I guess, but I don't know. Personally, I think A honor roll in government school is like, it's like a participation trophy. Truly, my littles just were so far ahead and they're so advanced. I don't know how I got so lucky with my children, but I'm sure you're doing your best. I'm sure you are. All right, well, don't let me hold you up anymore. You go enjoy that delightful so-called ceremony that they do in there. I'm going to gather up my things and cleanse myself thoroughly with my sunflower before I leave this place. I don't want to carry any of these germs into my own home or any of this negative energy in here. So, but thank you for listening and thank you for checking out my items. Maybe I'll see you again sometime. All right. Well, good luck with your poor little neglected child. I hope that you can pick her out of the crowd. It may be difficult since you choose to be away so much, but hopefully you can pick them out. Maybe when they call out the name, it will kind of ring a bell and you will recognize them then. Okay, great. Well, have a nice day. Bye bye.